Hey, James at mantripping.com. Landon Donovan here. My favorite city to visit in the summer is probably Chicago. I went there recently. I love Chicago. I love the vibe. I love that it's clean. I love all the buildings. The architecture is beautiful. The people are great. Restaurants are great. And when the sun's out, it's a beautiful place to be. I think in the United States, we still fall behind other countries in a lot of ways as it pertains to soccer, one of which is we still have what's called a pay-to-play system. So in order to play at a higher level, parents and children are forced to pay money to compensate coaches, trainers, etc. In most other parts of the world, the teams that are of the highest level at a youth age are affiliated with the professional teams, and the professional teams fund all those players. So parents and children don't have to pay anything. And I think if we really want to catch up and get ourselves to that level, we have to create an environment where people aren't having to pay just to play at a higher level. Well, there are a lot of skincare tips I want to pass on to my son, but the biggest one is, in my opinion, the most important one, and that's protecting his skin from the sun. I grew up playing soccer my whole life. I was not taught at an early age that wearing sunscreen was important, so therefore I didn't wear it a lot. And now that I'm a dad, I don't want my son to do the same thing. My father developed skin cancer years ago. Fortunately, he caught it early enough, but I candidly worry about myself, having been in the sun my whole life, and I don't want my son to have this, to do the same. So I now love Neutrogena's Cool Dry Sport SPF sunscreen. I wear it every time I go outside. I play a lot of tennis. I put it on. I will put it on my son, and I will teach him to put it on himself so that he can protect himself and hopefully avoid some of the things that I couldn't avoid as a child. I believe that we're starting to get on par with other sports in this country. It takes time. You have to remember soccer's only been relevant really for 20 years and really relevant for maybe 5 or 10 years. Other sports have been around for 50, 60, 70, 100 years. So it takes time, but in my opinion, every time we have a great tournament, a great World Cup, a great Olympics, we capture America's eyeballs watching soccer, we create new fans because there might be a 5-year-old boy or girl at home watching that says, wow, I used to love the NBA and I still do, but I want to try soccer. And maybe that person grows up to be a professional one day. And even if not, maybe they grow up passionate about the sport and then they teach their kids, and that's how you develop a fan base, and it carries over that way.